dengung sikit lah. Tapi bunyi aircon kot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Dengar, okey.
Hello, test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello, test 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Testing.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay.
Ujian suara.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okey. Cepatkan volume kau. Dapat. Kena? Maintain macam ni. Okey, saya cakap macam ni je Okey.
Cubaan 1, 2, 3. Cubaan 1, 2, 3. Lagi kuat ke?
Okey je.
Okey.
Testing. Okey.
Ujian suara.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Kindly ask everyone to scan the QR code displayed on the screen for the attendance. We appreciate your patience and hope that everyone can wait a few moments for the event to begin. The Honorable Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Nurjan Salika Janum, Dean of Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM, Professor Technologist Dr. Ahmad Ziaul Saufi Muhammad Japri, Deputy Dean of Academic and International, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Nur Atikah Syah Abdullah, Deputy Dean of Research and Industry Linkage, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM, Associate Professor Dr. Ismadi Mat Badaruddin, Deputy Dean of Student Affairs, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM, Associate Professor Dr. Nur Shahniza Binti Kamal Bashar, Head of Center of Studies for Computer Science, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM, Technologist Dr. Haslizatul Fairuz binti Muhammad Hanum, Program Coordinator for CS230, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM, Associate Professor Dr. Shamimi binti Abdul Halim, Program Coordinator for CS259, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM. They estimate Dr. M. Rajkumar, Principal of JP College of Engineering, Professor Vimal, Dean of School of Computer and Emerging Technologies KIT, Dr. Supratman Zakir, Vice Dean of Fakultas Tarbiyah and Ilmu Keguruan UIN, Technologist Dr. Surya Sumarni Hussein, the Lecturer of ICT 652 UiTM. Along with all of the lecturers that are present today with us together with the students from UiTM, UIN and KIT. Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to the international webinar Digital Ethics 101 using AI without crossing the line. My name is Muhammad Mukri Afif and I will be your MC for today's event. This event extends its deepest gratitude to all the attendees for taking the time to join us at this meeting. Your presence truly enhanced and enlivens our event this morning. Before we continue with our event, I want to invite Muhammad Aiman bin Zaizilan to recite the doa.
Okay, all the participants raise their hand to recite doa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Allahumma inna khalqul azim innaka samiul alim innaka ghafurur rahim innaka rabbul arsyil azim innaka barrul jawadul karim. Allahumma ya karimu ya rahim ya fa'alu lima yurid. Rabbana alaika tawakkalu alaik. Rabbana alaika tawakkalna wa ilaika abna wa ilaikal masir. Rabbana abna fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin.
Thank you for the meaningful recitation. As a symbol of our respect and patriotism, I would now like to invite everyone to stand in respect as we proceed with the singing of Negaraku and Wawasan Setia Warga UiTM. Without further ado, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science, Professor Media Technologies Dr. Nurjan Salika Janum, to deliver the opening speech for this event.
Okay, thank you. Just wait, I want to on my camera. Okay, so the camera is a bit blur. Sorry about that. All right, all right. Maybe I need to adjust a little bit more. All right. Anyway, we just proceed. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, pleasant everyone. Not afternoon. This is morning. Sorry. All right. First and foremost, thank you to the Mukri, okay, Master of Ceremony today for the warm introductions, okay, to the program and so on. All right. The East team, Prof. Vimal, Dean of School of Computing and Emerging Technology, KIT. How are you doing, Prof? All right, I tried to look for his name actually. Okay, Dr. Supratman Zakir, Dean of Fakultas Tarbiyah and Ilmu Keguruan, UiTM. Right, Dr. Raj Kumar, Principal of JP College of Engineering, GPCOE, and also the Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences team, management team. Right, and also of course Dr. Surya Sumarni, Dr. Surya, and also Dr. Azhar as among the key person of this program. Congratulations for this program, Doctor. And also of course lecturers, students, okay, from UIN, from KIT as well, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, by whose grace and blessing we are able to gather here today. Let me extend a warm welcome to our honored guests and participants. I indeed pleased that FSKM has been entrusted to host this international webinar. And as we know, this webinar serves as an important platform to educate us, everybody here, on ethical issues. And this event, of course, is possible with the outstanding assistance and support from our strategic partners, again, KIT, NISTI, UIN, and also JPCOE. Thank you very much. We really appreciate the participations and also the collaborations that we have. Today, the event features the high relevant theme, the theme with the title Digital Ethics 101 Using AI Without Crossing the Line, which is very important in our digitalized world as the new technological enhancements which are continuously innovated and embraced. However, there are some complex challenges faced, particularly those involving ethical decision making. Of course, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot attest more when stating that making ethical decisions in IT is challenging. Okay, it requires balancing different interests and dealing with certain situations. We need to uphold integrity and inclusiveness in technology adoption. Therefore, this kind of program is crucial as it offers an insight into how, especially all the students here, the young scholars intend to explore these challenges. Through our ethics course contents, okay, for the ICT 652 itself, and also all the interpersonal upskilling activities like the webinar that we have today, I believe all our young scholar, our student here, and also the student from UIN and also the KIT have taken the opportunity to embrace the importance of reflecting the opportunity on the ethical implication of our action. Aspirators also agree that it is crucial for us to engage in this kind of discussion to help guide the future generation toward more responsible technology enhancement. So, As we aspire to build a strong future, it is imperative that we transcend geography and cultural edicts. Thank you, KIT again, UIN, and also JPCOE for being our partners and making this possibility manifest. It is my fervent hope that our collaboration will go stronger in multitude of aspects. And also, of course, again, congratulations to all the organizing committee for your dedication in making this event come together and become a success. I also would like to acknowledge our young speakers for today. Nurulain, okay, how are you doing, Nurulain? Meor Syawal, Meor Ahmad Syawal, Shafiq Daniel, and of course to all students, specifically under ICT 652 courses, IT Professional Ethics. May the sharing session open a lens to all of us today and how we envision the world acting toward a more ethical society. And to all respected guests and participants, I hope you find this program fruitful and that it will start a momentum towards a meaningful discussion that can inspire new idea. Of course, together we can foster responsible technology development and making sure that it provides value to everyone in positive and ethical way, inshallah. With that, congratulations again, and please participate, okay, ask question and so on throughout this program. All right, and thank you again, and wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Madya Technologist Dr. Jan Salika Janum, for your thoughtful words and officiating the program today. Before we move on, I would like to invite the participants to turn on your camera for a quick photo session.
My camera a bit blur. Hopefully you can see me. Right, can? Can Mukri? Boleh? Sorry.
Hello everyone. Let's be prepared for our photo session. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, freestyle. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your cooperation. Before we proceed to our next session, we would like to present a special video montage that we have prepared. We hope you enjoy it. Before we pass on to our moderator of the day, Lutfil Hadi, to handle our next agenda, I would like to ask the participants to scan the QR codes on the screen to fill in the pre-survey form for 3 minutes.
Thank you very much to our Master of Ceremonies. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to our Dean, our distinguished guests and all participants joining us from Malaysia, India and Indonesia. Welcome to the insight sharing session of Webinar International Digital Ethics 101 using AI without the crossing the line. I am Lutfil Hadi and I will be your moderator for today. Today we have invited 3 incredible speakers lined up to dissect the ethics of artificial intelligence from what we should disclose to the risks we face and finally the opportunities that lie ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to talk about the if or AI. We are here to talk about the now. We are living in an era where the line between human genius and machine calculation is vanishing. And when that line disappears, who do we trust? To open our eyes to the reality of digital truth, we have brought in a heavy hitter. She is not just a scholar, she is a technical prodigy. She is a high-achieving scholar who received the Vice Chancellor Award during her diploma studies. Currently, she is conducting high-impact research on Parkinson's disease detection using machine learning. Today, she is here to draw the line in the sand between ethical transparency and digital deception. Presenting on AI what to disclose and why it matters, please give a thunderous virtual welcome to Ms. Nurulain Nafisa.
Thank you, moderator, for the warm welcome. Assalamualaikum and hello, everyone. I am Nurulain Nafisa, and it is a pleasure to be here. Today, I'll be speaking about AI ethics, specifically focusing on what we need to disclose when using AI and why this matters more now than ever. We are living in a time where AI has become deeply embedded in our daily lives. It shapes how we write our assignments, how we make decisions, how we communicate, and even how we work. From simple tools like grammar checkers to complex systems like recommendation engines and automated decision making, AI is quietly influencing our choices every single day. AI is powerful, but with that power comes responsibility. Okay. To To understand ethics, we first need to understand what AI actually is. Okay. So now let's look what is AI. AI defines as less computer systems perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, like learning, problem solving, decision making, and understanding language. So one of the major type of AI today is generative AI. I am sure that everyone familiar with what is generative AI is. Generative AI learns extremely large amounts of data and learns those patterns to create new content. So, for example, here one of the most used AI today is ChatGPT, which is used to generate text and summarize documents. Other than that, the GitHub Pilot, which will assist the programmers in writing code. So let's look at the benefit of AI. AI does not just compute, but it creates content, ideas, and even code. Its benefit AI has moved beyond calculation into creation. However, the challenge is attribution. We must ask ourselves, if the computer wrote it, can we claim it as ours? This is where ethics comes into play. In our industry, transparency is the foundation of trust. If you use AI but you don't disclose it, you are not just using shortcut, but you are also misrepresent your work. Okay. So most people use AI today because it makes us faster. It is relevant to understand the ethical stakes. What is AI used and why? Okay. So nowadays, there are many AI applications which come with power and risk. Now let's look at the three main ways we use AI today. The first one is image and design generation. Some people, even including us, use AI to create visuals, art, marketing content instantly. There are many AI tools today that can help to generate it in a quick second. So this is where disclosure is very mandatory, because hiding AI use misrepresent the image. The audience need to know, is it a real photo? Is it a human art? Lying about its origin damage trust, especially with the rise of deepfake nowadays. Second, let's look at the data analysis. This is where we students mostly use AI, which is to analyze data or to summarize the documents quickly. The risk is here about accountability. If the AI make mistake in its analysis and you just simply copy paste the output, you are the one who will be held accountable, not the machine. That is why we must disclose the tools we use to ensure reproducibility in our work. So now let's look at the last one, which is content creation. So AI also used to help in drafting emails, articles, and reports in seconds. But the risk is this is the easiest way to accidentally commit to plagiarism. If you claim AI words as your own without acknowledgement, you cross an ethical line. That is why the key insight here that we need to always remember, with great power comes great responsibility. That's why transparency is very essential. Okay. So now let's answer the big question. When do you actually need to disclose AI use and what to disclose? Okay. Now let's look at the golden rule for disclosure, which is intentionality. When you are unsure if you need to cite AI, ask yourself a simple question. Was AI used intentionally? So on the left here, we have accidental use. This happens when AI is just running in the background of your primary task. So for example, you use a search engine with AI algorithm. Even though it did use AI algorithm, but you did not ask it to create the work for you. So there is no need for you to disclose this, because AI is just a tool facilitation, not a creator. So on the right, we have intentional use. This is when AI use is intentional and contributes to your work. For example, you asking AI to draft a report summary. This is a need for you to disclose the AI use, because you intentionally ask the AI to perform a task that contributes to your content. Okay. Now let's look at the second golden rule, which is substantial impact. When you're unsure if you need to cite AI, ask yourself, did the AI contribution significantly affect my result? So on the left here, we have minor assistance. This happens when AI helps to improvise your work without changing the substance. For example, you use AI to suggest words that enhance the clarity of the text, maybe like synonym. So there is no need to disclose the AI use because these are trivial contribution that does not affect the overall result of your work. On the right, we have substantial analysis. This is where AI generates insight that acts as a foundation for your work. For example, using AI to analyze data that support your findings. You need to disclose this because AI is providing critical evidence that produces your conclusion and shapes your final outcome. Okay. Now comes to the most important question. Why do we need to disclose AI use? Why disclose even matters? Okay. So there are many reasons to disclose AI use. The first one, we disclose to maintain honesty. Taking credit for AI-generated work is plagiarism, undermining trust, and potentially destroying your own career and credibility. You need to protect your intellectual integrity, especially as a student. Second, we disclose to ensure responsibility. As I mentioned previously, you remain accountable for AI output errors or flaws. Disclosure ensures proper liability attribution for the content produced. AI can make mistakes. When you disclose AI use, you acknowledge that some ideas come from AI. It is a need for you to take responsibility in verifying the accuracy of the AI output. AI to build user trust or maintain trust. Transparency builds trust with colleagues, students, and the public. Concealing or hiding the AI use may misrepresent your work and undermine your credibility. If you hide AI use, people may lose confidence in your integrity. So you need to always remember, if you use AI and you don't disclose it, you misrepresent your work. Transparency is always the foundation of trust. Okay. So in conclusion, AI is a very, very powerful tool, but it requires human pilot. The future of AI is not just about code, but it's about ethics. The rule we established today is simple. If your AI use is intentional and substantial, you must disclose it. Why? Because we need to protect intellectual integrity, ensure the human accountability, and maintain the public trust. We also need to always verify every output given by AI, edit as needed, and on our own work. Our goal is to always keep humans in the loop. We need to remember that AI should assist us, not replace us. Ethical use ensure that we grow, learn, maintain integrity while embracing the new technologies. Okay. So the future of AI lies in balancing innovation with ethics. However, full transparency is not optional, but it's ethical price of using powerful technology. So that's all from me. Thank you everyone for your attention. I will now pass the floor back to our moderator.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Nurulain didn't just share information. She just shattered the illusion that AI is a black box we can simply ignore. For those who has just joined us, please take a moment to complete the pre-survey form via QR code on your screen. Just now, she made it undeniably clear, hiding the truth about AI isn't just a bad practice. It is a breach of trust that threatens the very foundation of digital interaction. We now know the rules of the game, but what happens when those rules are broken? What happens when transparency isn't just ignored, but actively weaponized against us? We are done with the theory. Now we face the consequences. To take us into the danger zone, we have a very heavy hitter. He is not just an observer of technology, he is a master of it. He holds an associate data practitioner certification from Google, proving his technical depth in the field. He is also a natural leader, having served as the president of Computer Science Society, SICO. He is here to expose the chaos that surfaces when the walls of ethics crumble, presenting when transparency falls, the real world risk of AI. Please make some noise for Mr. Meor.
All right, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very, very good afternoon, everyone. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. My name is Muhammad Syawal, and also thank you so much to for the very, very welcoming, warm welcoming. Now, people hear AI, they usually think of robots, self-driving cars, chat GPTs, or maybe even movies where machines take over the world, like Ultron and Terminator. But the truth is much simpler, and it's actually much more personal. It's already making the decisions about our lives and what jobs you see, what loans we qualify for, the news we read, the medical risks that we might have, those recommended YouTube shorts that you watch daily. Yeah, I've watched Whiplash for like 3 weeks straight, whole movie just from shorts. And then we also have the social media explore feed and also the browser search results. And actually, the browser search results is one of the most oldest AI applications that I've just said. All right, so here's the scary part. Now, you do not get to see how those decisions are made by AI. Pretty scary, right? So today I want to open that black box, not to scare you, chill, but to empower you, because the future of AI is written by us. We will be the ones building it, using it, and living with it. And heck, we're already living with it, actually. All right. Okay. So here's what we'll explore together today: why AI becomes unfair, real-life AI failure stories, why this matters to you, and how we can fix it. By the end of this session, I want you to walk away with a new mindset. AI is a powerful tool, but it must be handled responsibly. All right. So let's move on to how AI becomes unfair. So let's start with the root causes. AI doesn't wake up one day and decides to be unfair. You know, like Ultron, he wakes up, gets created, and says, oh yeah, this world is about to end, I'm ending. All right, no. AI becomes unfair because of 3 simple, dangerous reasons. Okay. Now, first of all, as you can see, we have bad data. So AI learns from data the same way students learn from textbooks. Okay, because AI, it wants to replicate human, the human consciousness, the human intelligence. So if the data is biased, then the AI will become biased. Like if the textbook that the students learn from are biased, then the students will also become biased based following the information from the textbooks. So let me give you a few real examples that we can take. The first one we can think of is facial recognition. So some facial recognition systems, they perform extremely well on white male faces, but poorly on darker skin tones. Not because AI is racist. No, AI is not racist. But the reason to this problem is because the training data had mostly white male faces. Then it makes the AI simply didn't learn enough diversity because the data doesn't have enough diversity. It can't recognize other than white male faces. Okay, and then another example that we can think of is in the healthcare institute, where medical AI trained mostly on Western populations, which struggles to diagnose diseases in Asian or African patients. Now, bad data doesn't just cause inconvenience; it also causes real harm. Because, like I said before, medical AI is trained mostly on Western populations, then it can't really catch the Asian or other race populations. So the predictions might become wrong. All right, the next reason why AI can become unfair is the unexplainable decision. So some AI models are so complex that even engineers who built them can't fully explain how they make decisions. Now, this is actually really real, because in today's era, we have so many different types of models. And it's not like you can rely on one module to train every single data set that you're going to work on, because some data sets, they're going to perform differently with different models. We have random forests, random trees, we have LSTM, BPNN, and so many other models. So it's not easy to grasp every single model. Thus, some engineers, they can't really fully explain how they make these decisions because they don't really understand the models they use. They just see the accuracy is better, the results are better, then they're going to use that model. Now, this is called the black box problem. So imagine this. You apply for a scholarship, you get rejected, you ask why, and the answer is, we don't know. The system decided, oh, okay, then we're just going to have to follow that. That is not just unfair. It is dangerous. If we can't explain a decision, we can't challenge it, we can't correct it, and we can't trust it. And trust is everything. All right? So moving on to the next reason, it's the accountability gap. So when AI makes a mistake, who is responsible? The developer, the company, the data team, the algorithm, the user. Everyone is going to show fingers to every single person. And sometimes no one is responsible. No one is going to be responsible for the issue. Now, this creates a very dangerous situation where people can get hurt. No one takes responsibility. Mistakes are repeated because no one is responsible, and trust collapses. Now, this is really bad because this is what causes the rise of some people who are going against AI. Okay, they say that AI is bad, AI is going to destroy our society, and we don't want that because AI is supposed to make life easier. All right, so AI without accountability is like a car without brakes. It moves fast, but it is not safe. All right, okay. So now moving on to the next section, which is the real world AI failure stories. Okay. All right. So now let's look at the real examples. Okay. So these examples are not hypothetical. These are real cases that affected real people. So in the first one is the unfair loan denial. So imagine this: you apply for a loan, you have a stable job, good income, no debt, but AI rejects your application. Why? Because AI learned from the historical data where people from your neighborhood had lower approval rates. Then it assumes that you are also a risk. Thus, you get no loan, right? So this actually happened in the US, UK, Singapore, and even Malaysia. Now, the consequences of this is very huge because people can't buy homes, students can't get education loans, and families can't start businesses. Bad, right? And the worst part, you don't even know why you're rejected. Even bad. Okay? Okay? Okay. Now moving on to the next scenario, which is the flawed job application filter. Many companies use AI to filter the resumes. And we also have many applications to filter resumes, such as Indeed, JobStreet, what else? We have My Future Jobs. Now, here's the problem with AI and filter resumes. If the company historical data says that it hired mostly men, then the AI learns that men are better candidates than women. Now, this actually happened at a major tech company. The AI downgraded resumes that contain the word women, like women's coding club, women in engineering society, and it wasn't intentional. It's not like the AI hates women. No, it was because of the repeating patterns from the data set. So good candidates can never even reach the interview stage. Now, this is the actual reason why people use backdoor applications, cables and stuff, and everyone gets mad, right, and says that this is unfair, because there's a problem with the data set, actually. Now, this aligns with one of the points from my past section that says one of the reasons that AI can be unfair is bad data. All right. Now, imagine losing opportunities not because you're unqualified, but because an algorithm misunderstood your resume. Now, that feels like a huge L, but no, actually, the AI is the huge L. Now, moving on to the next scenario, okay, so the next scenario, we have the mistaken medical scan. So AI is used to read X-rays and medical scans. Most of the time, it helps doctors, but when the AI is trained on limited or biased medical images, basically limited data or biased data, it can misdiagnose these patients. For example, AI misdiagnosed tumors in Asian patients. AI failed to detect pneumonia in darker skin tones. AI confused harmless shadows with cancer. A wrong diagnosis is not just a mistake, it can be life-threatening, okay? Now, this is why transparency and human oversight are very critical in systems and algorithms and AI. All right, okay. So let's move on to why this should matter to all of us, right? So AI affects our life, even if you, me, all of us, we don't realize it. But let's break it down. Okay. So one of the reasons why it is very important for us to why AI should matter to us, one of them is personal impact. So we deserve decisions that are fair, transparent, and explainable. If AI is biased, all right, you might be treated unfairly without knowing why. And even worse, you can't fight it. Bad. No. All right. And the next one is social impact. So when AI repeats human biases, it spreads them faster and wider. All right. Even faster than a wildfire. Okay. So this can actually worsen racism, sexism, inequality, discrimination. And AI doesn't just reflect society, it amplifies it, which makes it even worse. And then the next reason why this matters to us is trust crisis. So if people can't trust AI, then they won't use it. So now imagine a world where patients refuse AI medical tools, students avoid AI learning systems, companies fear automation, which I said before, when trust loses, this will actually causes a rise of people who are against AI, because trust in foundation, because trust is the foundation of innovation. If you want if you want the innovation to strive, people need to trust it first. All right. Now moving on to the opportunity. All right. So here are the good news. Our generation can actually fix these issues, because we are the future of AI engineers, data scientists, designers, policymakers, and also researchers. We have the power to build AI that is fair, transparent, and responsible. All right. Okay. So let's move on how we can fix these issues. So let's talk solutions. Okay. So first of all, okay. First of all, if we go back to the first section, the reasons why AI can be unfair, we have bad data. So how can we handle bad data? Well, we have data cleaning. So what do we need? What do we need to avoid bad data? We need diverse data sets, bias detection, a better data cleaning, and continuous monitoring of data sets to make sure it is unbiased, it is also diverse, and it can be used in models. So AI is only as good as the data we feed it. Okay, and then moving on to human accountability, because one of the issues of how AI can be unfair is lack of accountability. So AI should assist humans, not to replace responsibility. There must always be a human reviewer, a clear decision maker, a transparent process, and no more the system decided. Okay, because we made the system. All right, what do you mean the system decided? We made it. Right. So we should take the accountability. I mean, the developers, the ones who made it, and also the policymakers who gave the developers to apply to the systems that they made. Okay, these people should be accountable, should be responsible. Now, moving on to explainable AI. So we need AI that can explain why it made a decision, what factors influenced that decision, and how confident it is. If we can explain this, people can trust it. Right? Okay. All right, so it looks like we're already up to the conclusion. So to wrap it up, AI becomes risky when it's not transparent. Most AI failures happen because we don't fully understand how the system works and how it makes decisions. But if we focus on fairness, explainability, and human oversight, we can build AI systems that people can trust. AI is powerful, but it is our responsibility to make sure it is used ethically. Okay. Okay. All right, so thank you so much for listening. And I hope this session helps you see that AI is not just as a cool technology, but as something that needs careful and responsible design. Right. So that is all from me. Thank you so much. I'll pass the mic back to Lutful.
Thank you, Mr. Meor. That was a wake-up call for us. Once again, if you haven't filled out the pre-survey form, this is your last chance to do so before we move on to the Q&A session. I will give 2 minutes for those who still not fill the pre-survey form. Okay, Mr. Meor just now painted a terrifying picture of the reality we face today, where system fail, trust eroding, and the real world fall out when we let AI run wild without the principles. It begs the question, is this the end of the road? Do we bound to the risk? Do we stop innovating out of fear? Absolutely not. We don't run from the future. We engineer it. To show us the light at the end of the tunnel, we have our final visionary. He combines software development with AI for social good. Having worked as a software developer intern at AIMS Global Holdings, he has also led innovative research on predicting carbon emission using particle swarm optimization. He is here to hand us the blueprint for tomorrow, speaking on the future of AI, opportunities and the way forward. Let's give a visual to welcome Mr. Shafiq Daniel.
So, good afternoon, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be here with you all. We've heard two very excellent talks already today. First, on what AI is and why disclosure matters, given by Nurulain and Nafisa, and then on many risks and ethical issues surrounding AI misuse by Meor, Ahmad, Syawal. So my name is Shafiq Daniel bin Muhammad Husni, and I will be presenting your final talk of today. I hope you guys are still with me. Can I get a show of hands in the chat? All right, great. So I'll be wrapping up the topics we've already discussed so far in a well-noted bow, you could say, the very cherry on top to discuss one final and important thing. The main highlight of my talk would be in regards to a question I think almost all of us think about from time to time, and that is, what does the future hold? So I'm going to be discussing the future of AI, the opportunities and the way forward. We're going to take a step forward into the future, into what will be. Let's look beyond the risks, beyond what is already common knowledge about AI, and talk about possibilities. Because AI isn't just about what can go wrong, it's also about what can go right if you use it wisely, ethically, and with purpose. Okay. So my session today will focus on two main ideas, which are what are the opportunities ahead with AI. We've talked a lot today about risks, limitations, and things we need to be careful about. But now, I want us to look at the brighter side, the doors that AI is opening for us, from medical breakthroughs to smarter cities to more efficient everyday tools. AI is creating possibilities that didn't exist some 10, 15 years ago. So we'll explore not just what AI can do, but what it can unlock for us as a society, as creators, and as individuals stepping into a world shaped by intelligent systems. And most importantly, what is our role in shaping the AI-driven future? Because the truth is, AI doesn't shape the world on its own. People do. We do. And every decision we make, every tool we design, and every way we choose to use AI today will ripple into tomorrow. So I want us to think not just as users, but as shapers of this upcoming and exciting future. What values should guide us? What responsibilities should we carry? And how each of us play a part in ensuring AI becomes a force for good rather than a source of harm. Okay. But before we go into those two main ideas for today, let's first take a brief look at where we are as of right now. How AI is shaping the world today as we speak. Take a look at the slide in front of you. As you can see, AI isn't some futuristic concept we read about in books anymore. It's already woven into the fabric of our daily lives. It has truly shifted from science fiction to a reality we're actively living in. And I want to highlight just a few examples that are probably in your pocket or on your desk as of right now. First, think about your phones. I'm sure everyone here owns a phone. And if you don't, I'll put it right out there, you guys are probably the best of us. So those smart assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa, they aren't just timers or weather reports. They use AI to understand your natural language, anticipate your needs, and genuinely enhance how you communicate and interact with your device every single day. The next thing would be cameras. Whether you're a professional photographer or just snapping a quick shot on your phone, AI is improving photography dramatically. It's, actually the magic behind things like automatic scene detection, sophisticated background blurring, that beautiful bokeh effect. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that portrait mode, and smart adjustments that make sure your photos are perfectly lit and focused, even in challenging conditions. I think something like the nighttime feature on most phones nowadays, that is actually AI, believe it or not. It's things like this that often go unnoticed. What seems like just seamless, normal software integration is actually powerful AI at work. Then we have search engines. We use them dozens of times a day. I myself, I'm guilty of it too. AI is the reason they are so much more than simple keyword match. It personalizes your results, understands the intent behind your chaotic search query, and filters through the entire internet to give you exactly what you need, enhancing your browsing efficiency immensely. And finally, emails. AI is the bouncer for your inbox, organizing, prioritizing, and suggesting smart replies. It ensures you see the important messages first, making an otherwise overwhelming communication channel manageable and effective. Aside from that, let's talk about the spam folder. I know we all hate spam emails. They're the worst. They're really annoying. It's easy to take for granted spam folder that most emails already have. And it's one of the most powerful examples of AI we use daily. It's not like the subject of the email is literally labeled spam for Google to instantly filter it. The AI constantly learning what kind of language, sending behavior, and links that are malicious or unwanted, and it acts as an invisible, intelligent bouncer for your inbox. That sophisticated filtering right there is AI. So these are just 4 examples, but they illustrate a critical point. AI is no longer hidden in the lab. It's an invisible utility that powers the functionality we rely on every single hour. Okay. Now that we've seen AI at work in our everyday gadgets, let's zoom out a bit and look at its larger real-world impacts across major industries. In healthcare, AI is already a powerful tool. It assists in early disease detection by rapidly analyzing massive amounts of data, things like medical scans and genetic information, allowing doctors to spot patterns that the human eye might miss. This means faster, more accurate diagnosis, which ultimately saves lives. Next, education. AI is helping to personalize learning. It personalizes learning experiences for students by adapting to their pace and style. A great real-world example is Duolingo, the green bird app. It uses its own AI system, its own model called BirdBrain. And BirdBrain tracks how you learn, how fast you progress, and what mistakes you keep repeating. So instead of pushing everyone through the same fixed path, it constantly fine-tunes the experience to keep learners challenged but not overwhelmed. In transport, AI is the brain behind smart cities. It optimizes traffic management systems in real time, adjusting traffic lights based on current congestion, predicting traffic jams before they happen, and making your daily. As you can see, AI isn't replacing human intelligence. It's actually augmenting it. It's helping us do things faster, see patterns we'd miss, and solve problems that once felt almost impossible. So yes, AI is already transforming how we live, how we learn, and how we work. But the story doesn't end there. The next chapter, the future, will depend on how we choose to guide it. And this raises the question, how advanced will AI become? How much smarter will it evolve? And how will it surpass the already extraordinary improvements it already has brought into our lives? Okay. So the groundwork has already been laid. Now we're ready to tackle the first of our two core concepts, and that is the opportunities ahead. So this slide shows us 4 key areas where AI is set to unlock massive growth and change in the near future. And this isn't just a random theory anymore. This is what we're actively building right now. Decision making. AI doesn't just process data, it enhances insights for better choices. Think about city planning, business strategy, or even medical treatments. Instead of relying on a gut feeling, AI can instantly model millions of potential outcomes based on real-time data, giving humans the clearest, most informed path. And this leads to less guesswork and better results across the board. Next is innovation. Here, AI is instrumental in helping us tackle massive global challenges, especially environmental ones. It helps us develop sustainable solutions to improve our environment. And we're seeing AI utilized in a few critical ways when it comes to innovation. For example, in the realm of energy, AI is constantly analyzing consumption patterns to optimize energy grids in real time, reducing waste and reliance on non-renewable sources. AI also helps with tracking biodiversity and monitoring deforestation using satellite imagery, giving us a crucial, large-scale picture of the planet's health. AI accelerates the scientific discovery needed to build a smarter, more sustainable world. Next, personalized experience. This is where AI gets truly tailored. Personalization means moving beyond the basics. We see in Netflix or search results. It's about delivering tailored experiences for individual needs. We can imagine massive changes across many sectors. In education, like I previously mentioned, in healthcare, and believe it or not, also in e-commerce. It means that products that are designed solely based on your individual needs and preferences. AI can create solutions that are truly bespoke. The ultimate goal here is to shift from an era of mass production to an era of mass individualization, where every service and product is perfectly calibrated just for you. Fourth is new creative industries. Finally, we loop back to creativity, but on a grander scale. AI doesn't just edit photos anymore. It unlocks new forms of artistic expression. The biggest change is the shift in the creative process itself. We're seeing entirely new genres of music where AI suggests complex harmonies or rhythmic patterns that a human composer might never have conceived. AI is not replacing creativity. It's providing a powerful new set of tools for human imagination. AI is becoming the ultimate collaborative partner, allowing artists and creators to shatter old boundaries and accelerate the development of entirely new creative industries. Okay. The pace of innovation is accelerating, and the next big wave of change is being driven by these emerging frontiers. Let's look at two key areas that are already redefining what AI can do: generative AI and explainable AI. So let's start with generative AI. Generative AI refers to systems capable of creating content, including images, text, and music. This is the technology that has truly captured the public's imagination over the last year. This multimodal creativity enables artists and creators to explore new ideas effortlessly. Think about how much time this saves them, acting as a tireless brainstorming partner. By leveraging vast datasets, generative AI tools such as DALI and ChatGPT empower individuals to push the boundaries of creativity and innovation. It's making everyone, regardless of their background, a potential creator. Moving on to explainable AI. Explainable AI focuses on making AI systems understandable and transparent to users. As AI becomes so deeply integrated into our lives, we need to know why it made a decision. As AI becomes deeply integrated into various sectors, trust in its decision-making process is crucial, as Meor mentioned in our previous talk. And if an AI denies a loan or recommends a medical procedure, the user and the regulator need to see the logic behind that. These practices foster accountability, ensuring that AI systems operate fairly and ethically, ultimately enhancing user confidence in technology. Aside from these two big giants, we also have two other emerging frontiers, which are Edge AI and AIoT. So instead of relying only on cloud system, Edge AI brings intelligence directly to devices. And AIoT is just AI combined with IoT to create smarter environments, from smart cities that manage traffic and energy to smart homes that adapt to your habits. These are the building blocks of what some call the intelligent planet. Okay. Now we are entering the second main idea of this talk, which is our role in this future, filled with AI. As we move into this new era, one truth remains: power without responsibility can be dangerous, as it can lead to ethical dilemmas and unintended consequences in AI applications and deployment. We've already seen hints of this. We talked about explainable AI because if we don't know why an AI made a decision, that decision could be unfair, it could be biased, or even harmful. We've heard earlier today about the dangers of using generative AI without transparency. So the future of AI will ultimately be determined not by the technology itself, but by the human values that guide it. AI will only be as good as the integrity that we build into it. Therefore, whether you're building these systems, using these systems, or regulating them, remember that responsibility is not optional. It is the most crucial frontier of all. Okay. So this framework is built on 4 core principles, which must be embedded in every AI system we design and deploy. The first one being transparency. Transparency ensures clarity in AI decisions, allowing users to understand how outcomes are generated and fostering trust in technology. We talked about explainable AI earlier, and this is the principle that demands it. We must know why the AI is making the decision it is. Without this clarity, users cannot contest a decision or verify the system's accuracy, especially in high-stakes fields like finance or law. The second one being fairness. Fairness addresses bias in AI systems. If an AI is trained on biased data, it will perpetuate and amplify those biases, leading to unfair outcomes in things like hiring, lending, or even sentencing. The third one being accountability. Accountability ensures that developers and organizations take responsibility for their AI's impact on society. When something goes wrong with an AI system, the answer cannot be the computer did it. That is just unacceptable, I would say. A human must be responsible for the system's deployment and its outcomes. The final one being human-centered design. This principle states that AI should support humans, not replace them. The goal of AI is to augment our capabilities, free us from repetitive tasks, and elevate our work, while always leaving the final critical judgment in the human loop. These four principles are not just guidelines, they are the foundation for a future where AI is not only powerful and innovative, but also ethical, trustworthy, and truly beneficial for everyone. Okay. So there's a popular question being, will AI replace humans? But personally, I think that's the wrong question to ask. A better one would be, how can AI help us become better humans? And the most powerful future is one where humans and AI complement each other. AI and humans have their own strengths, and if we were allowed those strengths to harmonize as one, it could mean great things for our future. So in terms of AI versus humans, AI excels in speed and efficiency in processing data, automation of repetitive tasks, advanced analytic capabilities. But on the human side, us as humans, we have empathy and emotional understanding, ethical judgment and moral reasoning, creativity and innovative thinking. In the workplace of the future, success won't depend on fighting against AI. It'll depend on collaborating with it. So rather than fearing AI, we should focus on developing the skills that make us irreplaceable as human beings. Okay? Integrating AI into our lives enhances our capabilities rather than replaces them. And by focusing on collaboration, we can leverage AI's strength while applying human intuition and creativity. This partnership fosters innovation and opens new avenues for problem solving, emphasizing co-creation will help us navigate challenges and build a future where technology and humanity thrive together. Okay. So how do we move forward from here? How can we prepare ourselves and our institutions for this AI-driven world? The first one is to develop AI literacy for everyone. Emphasizing AI literacy is crucial across all fields to enable individuals to understand and effectively engage with AI technologies in their careers. Lifelong learning mindsets, a commitment to lifelong learning, fosters adaptability, allowing individuals to keep pace with rapid technological advancements and remain competitive in the job market. AI evolves fast, and so must we. Continuous learning, adaptability, and curiosity will be essential traits. The third one is ethical frameworks in AI. Establishing strong ethical frameworks ensures that AI development aligns with human values, promoting responsible innovation that benefits society and the environment. And lastly, purpose-driven innovation. We use AI to solve meaningful human and global problems, because the future of AI shouldn't be about creating the most advanced system. It should be about solving the most meaningful problems. AI should be used to improve human life, not just efficiency or profit. Okay. So, to close, let's take one final step back. We've covered everything from AI shaping the world today to opportunities and roles. But there is one idea I want you to walk away with. It is this: AI is a mirror. It reflects who we are. It reflects our creativity, our flaws, our ambitions, and our values. The future of AI isn't fixed. it isn't written by machines, rather it is written by us, by our decisions, our ethics, and our imagination. We have a choice to make about how this monumental power is deployed. So, let's commit to two core messages. First, let's choose to build a future where AI makes us better, not just smarter, ensuring that technology serves humanity, not the other way around. And second, let's ensure that every innovation should empower people and protect the planet, tying the immense potential we discussed in our opportunities ahead to a higher purpose. Ultimately, the real question isn't what will AI become. The final thought I leave you with is what will we become with AI? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shafiq, for that forward-looking speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from all three speakers. Now, let's hit things up with our Q&A session. We will start the Q&A session. I open the floor to the audience. You may drop your questions in the chat box or use the raise hand button if you like to speak directly to Ms. Nurulain, Mr. Meor, or Mr. Shafiq. For participants from joining via YouTube live streaming, you are welcome to submit your question in the chat session. The designated moderator will review them and read your question aloud during the discussion. Thank you. Okay, so we have a question from Mr. Muhammad Rafiq Azizi Ruslan. Hi, I would like to ask Mr. Meor, can this undisclosed AI usage lead to legal trouble? So what your insight of this question, Mr. Meor?
For undisclosed AI usage lead to legal trouble. Undisclosed. Okay, let's put undisclosed out of the question first. If we focus on AI usage, can AI usage lead to legal trouble in general? If we focus on in general first, yes, AI usage can also lead to legal trouble. Hold on, give me a second. This is because starting off with the case that we're focusing in. If we're looking in, let's say for in university cases, in general, we know that universities, they don't allow students to use AI in tests or in interviews and such and such. So in these cases, these places have policies where there are limits to using AI, and when you use AI against these policies, then yes, it could lead to legal trouble.
That's the question from Mr. Rafi Azizi. I hope the answer of the insight from Mr. Meor enlighten you. So we have other question from Mr. Ahmad Zaif Haqqani Amarubai. Will strict ethical rules slow down the development of AI? So I will pass this question to Mr. Shafiq. Mr. Shafiq, will strict ethical rules slow down the development of AI?
Thank you, Ahmad Zaif Haqqani, for that question. The question was, will strict ethical rules slow down the development of AI? Well, in short term, I'd say ethical rules may slow things down slightly, because teams need to test, review, and add safeguards to ensure that their systems follow the new ethical regulations, the strict guidelines. However, when we're talking about the long run, these rules actually help prevent major public backlash, scandals, or misuse that can lead to AI winters where funding and interest drop sharply. So ethical guidelines help build public confidence and trust and making people more willing to adopt to AI technologies. Uh, I hope that answered your question, Connie.
Okay, we have also question from Mr. Arishami. Do I need to disclose AI usage even for internet emails or small tasks? So I will pass this question to our first speaker, which is Mrs. Nurulain. So Mrs. Nurulain, do I need to disclose AI usage even for internet image or small tasks? So what is your opinion on that?
So to answer Mr. Arif Shahmi question, generally there are minor internal tasks like grammar checking that do not need disclosure. However, if AI generates the core idea like decision or entire drive, it is the best to disclose to the colleague to maintain professional integrity. So like I mentioned previously in my slide, the rule we need to use the rule that we established, which is if your AI use is intentional and substantial, you must disclose it. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you very much for our first speaker. Next, we move on into the second question, which is from Mr. Muhammad Nawi Arshad. Hi, I am just wondering, does labeling content as AI generated make people trust it less? So this question, I will pass it to the Mr. Shafiq. So Mr. Shafiq, does labeling content as AI generated make people trust it less? So what is your opinion on that?
Okay, that's a very good question. Does labeling content as AI generated make people trust it less? Well, research actually suggests quite the opposite. While some people are still skeptical about AI, most users actually value honesty more than perfection. And when organizations are open about using AI, it builds transparency and shows that they really don't have anything to hide. And on the other hand, hiding AI usage and getting caught often damages the trust even more than simply admitting it upfront. And clear labeling also signals ethical responsibility in a way and respect for the audience, which can actually increase credibility rather than reduce it.
Thank you very much to Mr. Shafiq for his insight on the question. So we move on into Mr. Izwan question. I would like to ask Speaker Nurulain, what is the best simple rule for using AI responsibly in the future? So what is your thought on that?
So as for my opinion, the best simple rule for using AI responsibly is keep human in the loop approach. This means AI use it to assist, such as drafting ideas or providing suggestion, but the human must always review and approve the final output. This means you can use AI to find the answer, but you need to verify, you need to cross-check every output that given by the AI. AI can be fast and powerful, but it also can make mistakes or produce biased information. So human oversight ensure accuracy, ethical judgment, and accountability. In short, AI should support human decision, not replace them. So remember, AI should assist us, but not replace us. I hope this answered the question.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nurulain, for her insight. So right now, I didn't see any representative from India and Indonesia. If you like to ask of each moderator, so please do so, because after this we will go to the quiz session.
Hi everybody.
Okay,
my name is Muhammad Adil Kasha. I want to ask Mr. Meor. Can I ask Mr. Meor?
Sure.
All right. So my question is, what is the biggest risk for a company that fails?
What was it? I can't hear your voice.
What is the biggest risk for a company that fails to disclose AI use?
So one of the biggest risks is reputational damage lah. And it can happen very quickly because when customers they feel tricked, for example, thinking they're speaking to a human support agent, but when it's actually a bot or an AI, they often react strongly. This may leave negative reviews, complain publicly, basically virals, or basically they would just switch to different competitors lah. And then the reputation is also very fragile. Once people believe a company is hiding something, even something in small, they start questioning everything else that the company does. This can snowball into loss of customer trust, viral social media backlash, like I said before, and then also the declining of brand loyalty, negative press conference. And the worst part is that reputation is really hard to rebuild once it's damaged. So even if AI is used responsibly, failing to disclose that it can create the perception of dishonesty, and in business, perception is reality. Okay. So did that answer your question?
Yes, Mr. Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
All right. We have a question from Samyukta. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Hi, how does AI system protect sensitive consumer data from breaches and misuse? So for this question, I would like Ms. Nurulain to give her insight on the question given. So Mrs. Ain, how does AI system protect sensitive consumer data from breaches and misuse?
So, the question is, how does the AI system protect sensitive consumer data from breaches and misuse? So to answer this question, AI systems protect sensitive consumer data through a combination of data encryption, access control, and strict privacy policies. Data is encrypted both when it is stored and when it is transmitted, making it difficult to unauthorized party to access it. So the access to sensitive data is limited to authorized users only, and activities are always being monitored to detect unusual or any suspicious behavior. So as we know, many AI systems today also follow the data minimization principles, meaning they only collect and use the data that is very important for specific purpose. Most importantly, responsible AI systems are also designed to comply with data protection laws and ethical guidelines. This is to ensure the consumer data is used appropriately and not misused. I hope this answers your question, Sami. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Okay, that's a very good answer. So we move on into the next question from, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing wrong, Danvarshini Sasikumar. Okay, the question is, what internal policies and oversight are needed for responsible AI development and deployment? So to answer this question, I will pass this question on to the last speakers, which is Mr. Shafiq. So Mr. Shafiq, what internal policies and oversight are needed for responsible AI development and deployment?
Okay, so in terms of policies and oversight that are needed for developing responsible AI development, I think would be pretty clear, and we've talked about it in a few of the talk sessions previously. Guidelines such as data privacy is up there. It's apart from that, we need to be, I think, fairness, transparency, and acceptable AI use. And in terms of oversight, it needs strong human oversight. Regular audits, bias testing, and clear accountability rules ensure AI systems are monitored, reviewed, and corrected when needed. But those exact policies, like the names of the policies, I'm not too sure about that. Maybe you can do some research after this. So I hope that answers your question, Dan Varashini.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shafiq, for his insight. So if there's any other questions, so we can move on into the last session, which is the Kahoot session. So ladies and gentlemen, we have heard the theories, we have seen the risks, and we have looked at the future. Now it is time to see who was actually listening. It is time for our digital ethics showdown on Kahoot. Okay. So all participants get your smartphone or open a new tab. Go to Chrome and enter the code on the screen, or you can just scan the QR code on the screen. Okay, we have Mr. Nix who has joined us. Welcome, Kila. Oh, handsome idea. Oh, we have a lot of. I have seen my name. Okay, don't mind. Okay, we have Cities. Welcome, City. Sam, Elia, welcome. Oh, we have Ochobot. We have Dance, Arid KD. Welcome. We have just Genie Ideal. Real Ideal. We have a lot of Ideal here. We have Rain, we have Div. Okay. So I will give about 2 minutes more for all participants who wants to join this Kahoot session. So welcome Harshini. Kasih bayangan. Is it the song name? I don't know. Have Dars. Welcome Dars. Ada any participant from Indonesia? Make some emotes, please. Okay. Arif Fikri 10. Welcome. Okay, Atu. So we have 32 participants right now. Okay, we have Shafiq. Welcome Shafiq. Terima kasih bayangan. Come again. Okay. We have Abang Matno. I see Matno here. Matno. Barki. Barki, welcome. Arif Fikri. Still limit here. Welcome Camelia, welcome Izul. Show some emote please. Okay, have a lot of it. Okay. Should we proceed or we want to have another minute? Okay. We have Abang Mat. Okay. So okay, I will give you 20 more seconds to join, and the top 3 winners will receive a special certificate of achievement. So the stakes are high, you know. You got a certificate. Okay. We have 36. I think we can start this session. Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. On the first question, what role in AI usage build trust in ICT? Is it creativity? Is it efficiency, transparency, or accountability? So which one was the correct answer? This was, I think, in Miss Nurulain's slide. If you are focused, you are getting. Okay, the answer is transparency. We have 21 people who got it right. So who is leading? Okay. Wow. Congratulations, Alia, with the leading 971 point. Behind it is Pulo, and Janji Bukan Ideal is in the top 3. Okay. The next question, please. Okay. Disclosure of AI use is required only when it meets which 2 criteria? Is it fast and ethical, popular and reproducible, intentional and substantial, or generative and analytical? The answer is intentional and substantial. If you just stumble upon AI, it doesn't count, okay? We have 6 people who get it right. Wow, Janji Bukan Ideal is leading with 1,807 points, with Abang Matno in the second place and Spolo in the third place. So, okay guys, you can still catch up. Okay, next question is question number 3. Which situation does not normally require disclosure under intentional rule? Is it creating art or asking AI to summarize? So which one is the correct answer? Right, faster. The answer is using a normal search engine that use AI algorithm. We have 6 people, 12 people who got it right. Wow, Janji Bukan Ideal is still leading. And we have Nick who are currently trying to proceed with the leaderboard. Okay. Okay, the next question. For this question, this is, I think, still in Miss Nurulain slide. Must you disclose AI use if it only give minor help, like suggesting better way? So I think the answer is pretty simple. Is it true or false? Okay, the answer is false. Minor edits don't always need a disclaimer. Reach out to the leaderboard who is still in the top. Janji Bukan Ideal. Oh, Abang Matno. Abang Matno is still leading a Janji Bukan Ideal in the second place. Okay, Abang Matno is, wow, Abang Matno. What does the accountability gap in AI refer to? So this question, I think, is in Mr. Meor section. So is it AI replacing job, or is it unclear responsibility when AI system cause an error? So which one? Correct. The unclear responsibility. It's like we do. Who do we blame? The coder or the robot? It's still unclear. Abang Matno is leading. Janji Bukan Ideal. Need a little bit faster to take the first place. Okay. Ideal. In the medical scan example, what is the main impact when AI cannot explain its decision? Is it I think, is it makes the doctor liable, speed up diagnosis? Wow, 30 people who got it right. Can lead to the wrong or missed medical treatments. I think a lot of people heard about this from Mr. Meor. I think a lot of people take note on this. Okay. Okay. Who is leading? Okay, we have KD join the top 5. Congrats, KD. Okay. And Abang Matno still leading with 5,392 points. Okay. So that is true or false question. Do issue like AI bias mainly affect big tech and really everyday people? I think this answer is very straightforward in your slide. The answer is, give a drum roll. The answer is false. We got it. 11 people got it. 24 people stumbled upon this. Okay, never mind. Okay, Janji ni Ideal. Oh, we got second Ideal just joined the leaderboard in the 5th place. So which Ideal will take the top 3? Okay, not still leading. You can see that. Does responsible AI by design focus on fixing problem only after failure? This is, I think, from Mr. Shafiq territory, right? So no. Still Mr. Meor. Mr. Meor's section. The answer is false. Wow, 24 people got it right. Okay. Okay, I want to see the leaderboard. Wow, Janji Bukan Ideal. Janji Bukan Ideal is still leading. I think Janji ni Ideal is not gonna be in the top 3. If he gonna answer it faster, I think he can probably get in top 3. Okay. but no far behind, which is one of the how responsible AI principle. So this is Mr. Shafiq section. So just now, yeah, he has mentioned this. So we have, okay, is it speed, fairness, principle? Okay, the answer is fairness. We need AI that treats everybody equally. Wow, janji bukan ideal is leading. It's Nick. We have a lot of Nick here. Abang Makno, Lutfield enter the top 5. Congratulations, Lutfield. Okay. Even though I'm here, I don't know. Okay. Which two humans strength component AI speed and data ability? Is it empathy, creativity, data analysis, or simple arithmetic? This is the final question, so I want to see the leaderboard. Please. The answer is empathy and creativity. So, who is leading? In the third place, with a fantastic score, we have Lutfield with 6,222. Next with second place, and the first place, janji bukan ideal. Okay guys, spam W in the chat guys. W. Spam W. Congrats on janji bukan ideal. Okay, thank you W. Yes, right there. Okay, W. Okay, for top 3 winners, please do not close your quizzes app just yet. And then to claim your certificate of achievement, please scan the QR code after this, and then it will bring you to the Google form. Before you fill out the form, please take a screenshot of your winning screen on your phone or laptop as a proof. You must upload the screenshot in the Google form to verify your win. I repeat, in the first screenshot the winning result. Second, scan QR code after this, and lastly, upload the screenshot and fill in your details. Okay. So, can I get the QR code for the certificate on the top 3? Yeah. Wow, you just win without playing. I don't know what to feel. Wow, number 3. Okay. Can I get the QR? Oh. Okay, for the top 3 winners, please wait a moment. We are currently having a technical issue. So for all participants, do not leave yet. Please, I'm begging you. We have still a little bit more slot in here before we pass to the our MC, Master of Ceremonies. So please be patient. I hope. Okay. Or you can, or someone from Special Task Bureau, can you put your, I don't know, details so that the top 3 winners will contact you later? Is it possible if the QR code is not working? Okay, this is the QR code for the top 3 winners. So I will give 10 to 15 minutes to the winners to scan the QR code. Remember, screenshot your winning result, scan the QR code, and upload the screenshot and fill in the details. Okay, once again, a huge round of virtual applause for our winners. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our Q&A session. I hope today's discussion have given you a clearer compass on how navigate the world of AI ethically. A massive thank you to our 3 brilliant speakers, Ms. Nurulain, Mr. Meor, and Mr. Shafiq for their valuable insight. Thank you to the audience for your active participation. I am Lufil Hadi signing off as your moderator. I now hand the session back to our Master of Ceremony for the closing ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you to the moderator and all our speakers for their insightful contribution during the talk session. We appreciate the valuable perspective you have shared with us today. But don't leave yet. We will continue with the next session with Professor Vimal, Dean of School of Computing and Emerging Technology from KIT, to talk about emotion analytics in 5 minutes. So please be patient. We will start at 1:50. Thank you for waiting. It is my privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Professor Vimal. He is currently serving as the Professor and Dean of School of Computing and Emerging Technologies, KIT, in India. Dr. Vimal holds a PhD in Information and Communication Engineering from Anna University and is a distinguished senior member of the IEEE. With a robust background in academic and research, he specialized in cutting-edge fields, including artificial intelligence, deep learning, and network security. He is a prolific researcher with numerous publications in high-impact international journals and has served as a guest editor for a various scientific platforms. Today, he brings that depth of technical expertise to our discussion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Vimal.
Thanks for the nice introduction. Let me start with a simple note. So thanks for the opportunity. I hope my voice is very clear, right? Okay. So today I have taken a topic, emotion analytics. This is the niche area where most of the researchers are working in this area, as well as far as UiTM is concerned. This is one of the key area where mainly students in undergraduate and also postgraduate students should really to focus upon. That is the emotion analytics. Day by day, we are coming across AI platforms, responsibly AI. Now we are migrating to agentic AI platform. So more into transformers and more into various models, various classifiers, various networks are coming into market and ruling like anything. So with that initiatives, I was very happy to be a part of this center to deliver emotion analytics when AI meets human, the human side of machine learning. All talks about AI. It becomes a fascinating word throughout the world, and many are into AI. But what really AI does? What really AI is going to be applied in the application area, that really matters. So when we consider AI into human practices, we need to bother how we can take forward this AI into multiple platforms. Right. So next. Yeah. So here comes a small picture. I'm not a copyright owner of this picture, but anyway, here it resembles a human imitation of a picture where emotion analysis is being done. So how an emotion can be gathered? Through two ways. Through the visionary camera of analysis of an image and also tracking of the human analysis in terms of your eyes, your vocals, and also your facial expressions. So the facial recognition is the important area where you can analyze how the human is going to react for the surrounding environment, right? So you can feel that there are many algorithms are marketed and tailored day by day. So many humans are visualizing their potential emotions day by day. So we can collect these datas. So we always people run behind datas, right? So we run behind datas in terms of plants. We run behind datas in animals. So mainly the data will speak what we are going to do with the data, right? So emotion analytics is an area how the human will symbolizes their emotion, whether he is in a good mood or he is in a bad mood or he is going to deliver the actual resemblances. So the normal human resemblances will be beard if the human is closely in observance with the segment, right? So AI is a part, AI is a man-made algorithm. So it will detect the human analytics when we are giving the data in a tailor-made format. Without data, AI cannot be possible, right? So how we can analyze these data? There are many AI algorithms are there, many learning models are there, and many challenges are there, right? So now we can visualize many AR and VR segments are there, many wearable devices are there, many immersive devices are there. All these are part of data collections. But human emotions, human empathy, human sympathy, these things values the relations of a human. So these parameters play an ultimate role in analyzing the AI segment, right? So we can go to the next one. Next, yeah. So what will be the emotion parameters? So emotions are always part of a human. It is a psychological attitudes, right? We cannot justify a person to be in line with his having this behavior attitude. He might be different from certain set of attitude. So it should be a proper model. It should be a proper analysis. Only then we can able to analyze that human is in line with the machine interaction. So emotions are always not measurable, but it can be identifiable. Measurable is different from identification. Identification is a parameter where we can justify and outline that is in a this way of path mode. But if we cannot able to measure that this much amount of emotion is happiness, this much amount of emotion is sadness, this much amount of things are empathy, this much amount of things are sympathy, right? So this is what AI is going to work on that. So whatever the data we are going to feed, that will be part of the analysis. So how the emotion in human interactions are playing in a vital role in today's ICT world. So it is of course it is a very crucial role, that is how this social bonding with the person to person, with the person to society, society to society, and national to international, it all differs. So when we talk about humans, I'm from the segment of India, right? So we can analyze the human pictures using eyes, nose, and also the voice delivery and the surface area of a human tendency and human visualizing parameters, right? So when we cross across the borders, if we are in somewhere like Japan or China, the face resemblances, identification, data collection is very, very high, since the smile, the sadness, and also the delivery of speech, it entirely different. So for this, we need to build one AI model, especially transformers. It should classify this person is a emotical person in terms of justifications, right? So how far we are going to engage the AI systems with human emotions plays a vital role in analysis, prediction, and also application in the niche area. Yeah, please next. So we can, yeah. AI and in AI. So you can see a picture here. Left side, right side. Always when we talk about human tendency, we should feel that human brain is divided into left and right. You can see various technology aligned with the human brain: social awareness, resilience, emotions, inspiration, motivation, passion, feelings, enthusiasm, relationship management, awareness. So when you see in the right side, you can see learning, pattern recognition, autonomous systems, computer vision, robotics, prediction, speech recognition, NLP, analytics. So when we visualize, the normal human focuses mainly on how we can make the relation building, and in right side it is purely with the technology, right? So it is a human thing that we always know that only one sort of brain are being utilized by human to apply to the technologies, right? So the other side of the brain will always remains inactive. So but in emotion analytics, when it comes into picture, the collection of data, the collection of data for the particular technology should be applied in both the areas to make a particular AI model. So first you can see emotional intelligence in AI. Machine's ability to recognize, understand, and respond to human emotion. See the first word, recognize. How it will recognize? We have to train, we have to feed. If we are hungry, we need to feed for the hungry, the mode of hungry, the quantum of hungry, the quantity of hungry, right? So the feed of hunger mainly disseminates how much input data we are going to feed. So recognize is a part, where it should analyze whether the human has emotion or not. This is the first thing, right? Next one, understand what type of emotional constraints can be leveraged, right? So here comes the computer vision. This is one of the very interesting area where most of the industries, most of the universities, most of the research patterns are working in this area. It should visualize, it should graphically analyze how we are going to apply that. And based on the analysis, it should respond to the human emotions, right? So recognition, understanding, and responding. When AI comes into system, always we will be having three segments: pre-processing, data management, and post-processing. So the data management and post-processing always goes in such a way that we have to frame this model. So we should go beyond pattern recognition. What is pattern recognition? We are preferring an autonomous alignment. We should start from this point and we have to reach this point. This is pattern. So this pattern is equally aligned with the emotion analytics also. If we collect the data, if we pre-process the data, multiple classification, and finally if we fine-tune the model, this is a pattern recognition. But our model should work beyond pattern recognition. The context, the tone, emotional cue. If I am speaking, you can understand that I was delivering in the particular sessions, right? So when my eyes lifted upwards, it shows that I'm in an excited mood. It goes down, it is like a exhausted mood. So these understanding, these resemblances of a human should reveal how it is going to build the system. Finally, what is our goal? End point is we have to build a AI system that interact in natural, friendly, and empathetic manner. What is empathetic? So it should focus that the understanding level should always be in such a way that it should be friendly, it should be feelings perspective, it should predict that, and also finally the inspiration model should be built here, right? So please go to the next one. Next, please. Yeah. So emotional intelligence in AI. So you can visualize one chart here, one graph here. This is being done in a Harvard Business School. They are mainly into empathy analytics, right? So you can see here in self mode, what and all we can do. We can do a self-awareness, and for others it is social awareness. There are two segments while we deal with a normal human attitude. Yesterday we have participated in the exhibition, right? And all the students from Malaysian UiTM University, Indonesian University, and our students has participated. They have done a very big way, right? This outreach, how can be disseminated? Through self-branding and also through institutional branding, right? So this self-branding is always an awareness. This awareness should be inculcated to everyone, right? We must know what is good, what is bad. We must know how we can take forward, how we can leverage. We should know, we must do what to be done, not to be done. This is awareness, right? So what is others? So when we talk to the public, when we take to the public, when we are working on multiple datas which are in with different outliers, right? When we deal a data, we should clean the data first, right? How we can clean? There are multiple classifiers are there. We are going to apply the data, we are going to clean the data, and we will get a synchronous data for the processing, right? The social awareness is a part of cleaning the data. We should analyze the good model, we should analyze the good parameters for doing this evaluation, right? So there are three areas where we have to focus a lot: emotion recognition, contextual understanding, and proper response generation. It should identify the emotion from text, voice, and facial. So I'm speaking here, you might know I'm in a synergy of delivering the content, right? You can see the facial expressions also. If my eyes are inlined with the context and it is very focusing, and somewhere my eyes are moving out of the system and it is going behind, these two are the awareness: my self-awareness, social awareness, right? So you can justify that self and social awareness, and you have to moderate what is text, how the emotion can be obtained from the text, voice, and facial. contextual. It is very, very, very important. So understanding the contextual level and responding the contextual level is an interesting area. It interprets emotional responses based on surrounding situation. So I'm sitting in another laboratory. I'm delivering the content. So all over online from Malaysia and outside Malaysia, everybody is attending the content. So while I'm delivering, if I'm visualizing the video context here, for example, somebody might be switch on the video and they will be delivering the emotions, they will be delivering the understands, right? I should recognize that modulation should modify, that modulation and perspective should modify, right? These are all part of the contextual understanding. Without understanding the context, if we are taking the model, definitely we cannot justify that this is going to be one of the responsible AI model. This is one of the emotion analytics. So this analytics involve your voice, your face, your text, and also fusioning of all those things, right? And response generation. Of course, empathetic context our reply to engage users reflectively. You have been having in Gmeet multiple icons. A heart symbol is there, an N2 symbol is there, a thumbs up signal is there, right? So these are all your empathy, right? And some crying signal is there. Some person may not be interested. They might use some crying signals, right? So this response generation is a part of the emotions, right? Only this area, and text all will be giving the contextual analysis for emotional intelligence. Working on data is very, very, very easy, but understanding the emotion and understanding the concept is very, very toughest area. This is one of the niche area very few are working, right? So we can go to the next slide. Yeah. So how does AI relate to emotional intelligence? Deeper understanding of human emotions. If I'm approaching to a layman, right, I cannot understand the emotions of a particular human. He will be having different analysis. He will be having different perspectives that we cannot able to understand. So we have to build a model. That model should visualize the person and it will segregate he is in a particular mood. So this pattern, this unrevealed pattern should be a model, right? So we have to work on the classifiers. Well, this classifier will grab the data from us. It will pattern the data, right? So it won't work with the traditional method. What is traditional method? You might be working on supervised, unsupervised, structural, unstructured, right? And we will be working on SVM approaches, gradient boosting. We have to think big. We have to go beyond transformer. You can take BERT model as one of the good example. Professor Hamidi, Surya, and Azhar all will be working in this model, right? So they particularly focus on transformer of analyzing the masked data and also how it to be revealed to the data. It is a customized tokenization, right? Bringing all together different data in a particular area, embedding into it, and this embedding platform is done with the help of the BERT model, right? So you can see globally 1,500 billion by 2030 is being an importance in emotionally intelligent AI. People talk about agentic AI, people talk about ethical AI, people talk about a responsible AI, but emotionally intelligent AI is the focus where huge amount of investment is happening all over the world. This is mainly a proper agenda for health informatics. Many persons are suffering under different diseases nowadays, right? Mainly all because of the emerging technologies in mobiles. A person who identifies as sitting solo all the time in the room with a mobile phone, they will be a part of this emotion analytics, and many clinical observatory professors are working in this domain to identify how we can analyze a person, right? It is not because of any medicine we cannot cure that. So this emotion analytics will help them a lot and will support a lot for the modern emerging medical platforms. And next, A does not truly experience emotions, right? I'm a human, so I can experience the emotion. If I can build the model, it will classify the model, but it won't give how we can justify this is going to be one of the good model, goodest emotion, that we cannot justify, right? So this authenticity will come when a particular person fine tune the model, and the particular model built for the particular data will prolongly working upon the provisions, right? And definitely emotional intelligence through simulation and analysis, right? Without simulation and analysis, we are not able to work on that, but we cannot balance the human emotion. Day by day it will be increasing, right? And day by day it will be changing. So it is like a model. It can close to 90% accuracy. It will give this person is working on this emotion, he has this type of understanding, this type of sympathy, but we cannot justify this will be the final, since more into understanding, more into deeper knowledge will better yield a very good results. In general days, we talk about deep learning, later transfer learning, right? Now we are working into digital twin, how we can make the transfer learning to be part of that. Transfer learning is one side becoming popular, and federated learning is in the other side getting popular. So different times, different methodologies will differentiate the emotions based on the perceptions. So please move to the next slide. Yeah. So recent breakthroughs in AI emotional. So many artificial intelligence students who are doing their undergraduate, they work on NLP, right? They deal mainly with text data, right? So you have to deal with voice data, you have to deal with facial data. But if NLP is very focusing, you have to convert this textual data in a proper analysis. And next is speech analysis. So I'm delivering my content through my vocal methodology, right? So if my voice is getting lower, my tone is getting lower, the understanding of high pitch, the understanding of low pitch, the understanding of average pitch, that mean, median, mode, standard detection, of course it is needed for the speech analysis. Various tools are available in market. You can use an AI tool, you can speak it for 5 minutes and it will give a report. So this is a high pitch, this is a low pitch, this is the average pitch. So when you are delivering at first level pitch, this is here. So the confidence level is higher. When it is delivering, the confidence level is low. It cannot justify that is only because of confidence. There might be different perception, different appearances, right? And facial expression. So you can see text, vocal, and face. These three analysis make the emotional intelligence to work in a different cutting edge techniques. Very strong area. If you take this area into a particular research work or particular industrial work, it has a huge vision in health informatics and hospitals and big microbiological laboratories. They are mainly focused into this area. More professors in Harvard, Stanford are working in this emotional intelligence for identifying the data, since getting data is a very big thing in nowadays for working on this thing. Since getting real-time data is the biggest challenge. If your university has 10,000 students, if you try with 500 students itself, a big deal to proceed in this area. So please go to the next one. Yeah. So this is a simple view that data collection interface is here, facial expression recognition is here, text sentiment analysis will be there. So you can see an emotional analysis system. So what it has, data collection is happening, some processing is going on using computer vision and NLP. This fusion is happening finally, a content adjustment and user privacy. Of course, if I am collecting 500 users data, I cannot say that all 500 are copyrighted. I cannot say that I authorize. So we should get a consent from the particular user specifying that the data is being collected for the meticulous usage of your research work using this particular algorithm. This is ethical AI, right? Without getting ethical constraint, it will be very difficult. So this shows a clear outline how we can work on the data collection and processing algorithm. So please go to the next slide. Yeah. So there are many real world applications customer service with emotion recognition, right? And marketing and advertisement. You can see many marketing strategy nowadays happening with brands, different brands, cosmetics brands, right? So this also includes a proper emotion based marketing. We will think that the cosmetics advertisement which is happening in your screen before you with the delivery of a men or woman is happening based on their real usage. There also implies a emotion, right? Due to the purpose of marketing, due to the purpose of advertising, the human may be involved, right? They may be interested in the product, they may not be interested in the product, but this includes an emotion. If they are really interested, they will bring with a very good emotion. These data should also need to be collected. Next is mental health through emotional monitoring. As I already said, that many hospital health informatics sectors are working in this domain, and especially in education. When I'm going to the class, 60 members are there. Professor Azhar is coming into the class. 60 members are sitting in the class. He's going to teach some web analytics there, right? He can observe what 20 students in the class are like, what their emotion, what 20 members class, what they will be their emotion. So we can justify. So we have to start in such a way that all the 60 will be aligned with the monitoring view. They should give attention to the classes, right? So for the past 1.5 hours, we have been in the online, right? So what the organizer has done, they have done one cohort and make the attraction towards that. Almost 90 or 100 participants was there. Similarly, when I started the session, it was almost 65. Now it comes down to 55, right? So online sessions cannot work for the emotional, right? It is one of the things where physical monitoring, physical interaction, and physical dealing will give an analysis for education and also the thing. So what we are doing online is AI. What we are going to do is purely with human intelligence. This human intelligence works with the data. We can drive the data for AI modeling, right? So next one, please. So this is interesting area. So you can see that emotion aware vehicle nowadays inbuilt cars are having whether our eyes are closing during the driving, and also if our eyes are fully visible, right? This is an alert, road safety. So there are many areas: insurance, retail, autonomous driving, gaming, government. So how it will be helping for the government? Any ideas? Any ideas anybody can give in the text box? How it will help the government for emotion analytics? It is one form of the ethical AI constraint, right? There are many challenges available in dealing the data. So this dealing will be in as far concerned with the government practices we have to take forward. So here comes the ethical AI part, right? So dealing emotion not only deals, we are working in any platform. Ethical AI is one of the biggest constraint while dealing this data, right? So these challenges should be mitigated properly, unless it will be very, very toughest to handle the data. And getting real-time data is not at all easy, right? So my face turning left, right, up and down, it will analyze the movement, but when it captures the facial recognition, only it will works for the multiple usages, right? So please go to the next. Okay. So this is interesting area. Few more slides, bear with me, another 5 to 10 minutes, right? So you can see here deep learning and neural networks, multimodal fusion, voice biomarker analysis, brain computer interfaces. So the first 4 areas, mostly all will be aware. You work on deep learning, you work on multimodal and voice analysis, brain human computer interfaces. But what is the 5th one? Generative emotional AI. Gen AI is a segment, but generative emotional AI, the emotions through text, through voice, through analysis, this niche area is very, very important in emotion recognition. Next is affective virtual reality, and of course NLP and real-time emotion analytics. So what is the difference between step 5 and step 8? Step 5 is generative emotional AI. Step 8 is real-time emotion analytics. Emotional AI deals with benchmark data and also the data already we collected. But step 8 deals with your real-time data. I sit before the system, right? I started delivering the content, right? Professor Azhar and Hamidi and Surya and somewhere they are sitting and they are visualizing me. They can understand this is what I'm expecting to deliver. That understanding can happen, but that responsibility, that responses, right, that recognition cannot entirely happen. So the step 8 work in close with step 5. So the step 8 compares the data with step 5 that will already be trained, and it will compare the data, and real-time analysis will predict that this is what happening. So it might be the model, it might be the tendency it is working upon, right? And 9 is comparison of all 8 steps, right? Simulated emotional model. All will be recorded. In backend, what I'm delivering today will be recorded in a particular area, right? Once this inference will be taken, this video will be checked, and once again, if they are comparing, this emotional model can be built, assuming that this will be the proper emotion. Finally, there comes the sector ethical framework. So we should get proper copyrights, proper observatory mechanism, proper consent form from all the users, from all the data, wherever we are getting. If we go beyond human, it is easy to analyze the data. If we work with any plant disease prediction, if we work with any animals, right? If we work with any other mechanism, data collection is very easy. But we want work with humans, the regulatory mechanism are very tough to analyze the data without proper government policies, without proper POCs, without proper consent. We cannot do that, right? So please move on to next. So these are all the challenges: privacy, concern, transparency, bias, and fairness, right? This bias and fairness is very important, right? In general, what we used to say bias and fairness, yesterday we have conducted the exhibition, right? 8 or 9 teams have participated. So there should be a neutral policy for the groups. They have evaluated and they have given the prizes. This should be a bias. Same bias should be applied for emotions, right? We cannot assume that my emotions are similar to other human beings. Other human beings' emotions are similar to me. The slight variation, slight difference should be there. Only then these challenges can be mitigated, can be overcome. So please move on to next. So I will give one case study as a final concluding one. Next, please. Yeah. So this is one of the case study, mental health revolutioning emotional care, right? So what will be the impacts? Early detection, personalized therapy, continuous emotional monitoring. Nowadays, more challenges in hospital and medical treatment area is self-individual alone persons who has a self-empathetical diseases, right? They may be sitting alone in a way, they will be always alone, and they will be using the mobile and sitting somewhere, and they want to be hide of anything what happening with him, right? So this is happening everywhere throughout the world, right? Self-mental disorder, they used to say it as self-mental disorder, right? We cannot able to predict the person. If we know the emotion of a person, we can predict this is what this disorder. But self-emotional disorder is a different area where we cannot justify the human tendency. This is a very strong case study. We need to analyze this case study. Getting data for this case study is very, very challenging, right? We have to work closely with many hospitals only then to collect this data. So please go to the next one. So yeah, here comes the interesting factor where Professor Anita was talking about Kansai, right? So this is one of the research area which not yet been published. I am showcasing here just for analyzing the text data and how we can enhance the text data. So you can see here Kansai feature engineering is here. So this Kansai feature engineering will analyze the emotions, empathy of a particular person. So this Kansai feature engineering, we have done one methodology. There is one data set called Go Emotions, right? You can check it out in your free time, Go Emotion data set. We have taken that data set. It is a benchmark data set since we cannot go with real-time data, right? We have taken that, we have applied BERT embedding, and we have taken the features which are needed for the parameters, right? And there we have applied one smooth ENN, and finally XC boost classifier and logistic regression is done, and a model has been done where the Kansai engineering practices are there. This Kansai engineering more focuses on empathy of human, and we are taking into a model, we are working on the model. Finally, we are predicting this might be an emotion of a person, right? But without real-time data, it is very, very tedious. But what we have done is we have used text data here, right? Since Go Emotion is a data set where more text data are available. So please go to the next slide. Yes. So this is, as the previous slide, what we have seen is an unpublished work, which I want to disseminate to this forum, since this is a niche area where our undergraduate students should work on Kansai engineering as well as with emotional AI. These two are different jargons, right? Fusioning this different two jargons happens if a group of students, 4 or 5 students, they must work on the Kansai, they have to work on the emotional area, and they have to fusion this, right? You can take this emotional AI in different paradigm. You can integrate with IoT and wearable, and IoT devices and wearable devices can also give you the data. That is, for 30 days, if you are using any wearable data and you are monitoring the human tendencies, like how far they are utilizing the data in terms of their normal human activities while walking, while running, while they are delivering the official hours, while they are back to the home, everything can be monitored, right? So emotional AI is not alone only voice, vocal, and this one, right? The entire human mechanism should be monitored, which is very, very crucial, which is very, very challenging to get this data. But if you work on this with the sample data, you will be a right person to take forward this area, right? So with this, I want to conclude that this is a area of emotional analytics where we have to focus more. Ethical, responsible, agentic AI, and Gen AI, and transformers, different segments we have started working. If we fusion the transformer in emotion analytics area, definitely this is going to be a rule out technology where most of the industries, most of the health informatics sector will definitely get a very good score, right? So with this, I like to conclude. Sorry for taking much of your time. I hope this is one of the area where you have to focus more on the research pattern. Even an undergraduate student in their 3rd year can take this area, they can work on this area. Definitely more health paradigms will change if students from UiTM, students from UI, and students from KIT has involved in this. Definitely the changeover can happen. If the changes can happen, it is purely from young budding engineers and young budding graduates like you. If we are not, no one else can, right? With this note, I like to conclude. And emotional AI is always an evergreen area which will be keep on changing. It is not about a static process. It is keep on a dynamic process. We have to work on this area, and definitely very good outcome will come if we produce a particular model, right? So with this, I like to conclude my speech, and thanks to all the organizers for giving a session over in this 6 days travel about this MIMF project, and also with thanks to all the UiT members. Thanks to Professor Surya, Professor Anita, Professor Hamidi, and Azhar. Thanks a lot. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vimal, for the insight on emotion analytics. Before we end our program, I would like to invite our beloved lecturer of ICT 652, Technologist Dr. Surya, to deliver the closing speech.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hope that you can all hear me. All right, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to Prof. Vimal, Dean of School of Computing and Emerging Technology, KIT, and Dr. Supratman Zakir, Vice Dean of Fakultas Tarbiyah and Ilmu Keguruan UIN, and also my dear friend Dr. M. Rajkumar, Principal of JP College of Engineering India, JPCOE, for being present today. Additionally, I would like to thank also my colleagues, the lecturer of ICT 652, and the academic staff, student of UiTM, KIT, UIN, and JPCOE for making the webinar International Digital Ethics 101 using AI without closing the line a reality. Our academic team and large group of students from the Computer Science Department has had the chance to serve the community and fulfill their social responsibility by sharing knowledge on the importance of technology and the threats in the cyber world. I am delighted that the community responded very positively and look forward to more collaboration in the future. This aligns perfectly with the government's goals of fostering a compassionate, caring society where mutual support thrives. Congratulations to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the webinar International Digital Ethics 101 using AI without crossing the line is a positive step towards broadening our understanding and appreciation of the importance of strategic collaboration between universities, partners, and local communities. I urge everyone to seize the opportunity to turn today's discussion into action, shaping a more ethical and responsible future for the IT industry. Before I conclude, again, I would like to express my gratitude to Prof. Vimal, who was willing to share his knowledge and inspiring idea on emotion AI today, Dr. M. Rajkumar and Dr. Supratman Zakir, and all the distinguished guests for joining us today. Thanks also to all participants from UiTM, KIT, UIN, JPCOE, and all the attendees here. My heartfelt congratulations to the entire organizing committee and all parties involved in today's webinar International Digital Ethics 101 using AI without crossing the line. Thank you as well to everyone who has contributed, whether directly or indirectly, to the overall of this program. Indeed, knowledge elevates the individual and has significant impact on the development of human civilization. Let us remain steadfast in empowering knowledge, serving our communities, and creating a progressive civil society. Together, we can build a better, safer world for all. With that being said, it is my great honor to officially close the webinar International Digital Ethics 101 using AI without crossing the line. Thank you all for your attention and participation. I wish you continued success in your growth in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Technologist Dr. Surya, for your insightful closing speech. Before we end our event, we would like to take a group photo with everyone who joined us today. Please turn on your cameras so we can capture this moment together.
Okay, hello again. Okay, now let's be prepared for our photo session. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, freestyle. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you once again for joining us today. We appreciate your participation and the valuable insight shared by our speakers. Your engagement made this event a success, and we hope you found the discussion informative and inspiring. Attention to all the attendees. The QR code for the post-survey form is now displayed on the screen. Please scan and complete the feedback for today's program. That's conclude our event. I, Muhammad Mukri Afif, represent the committee in extending our apologies for any shortcomings or mistakes. that may have occurred during this event. We look forward to seeing you at our next program. Thank you.